Hey everybody, welcome back to your BJJ and Travel podcast, Roll With It. Today I am joined by a very, very special person, super special, and her name is Beatrice Finnegan. Yes, that's right, Finnegan. That means she is my wife, who has been training jiu-jitsu for a minute now. And I wanted to talk a little bit about spouses getting into jiu-jitsu after their spouse. I know sometimes I've heard other people talk about how hard it is for them to get their spouse to want to try jiu-jitsu and they really want them to. So I wanted to get an insight on what it was for her to actually give in, because you didn't actually start training jiu-jitsu till like 4 years into our marriage, right?
Yeah. It was when we really got more into, I think it's when we PCS to Germany. I got more into it.
So I know we might have talked a little bit about it, maybe in passing, but I think for the most part you were always respectful and just allowed me to go train. And, you know, I don't think I ever pushed it on you or even asked you to come train. I think it wasn't until we were in Germany, but I wanted to know, you know, what made you want to try it? What actually got you out there? What got you from being the cheerleader to the practitioner?
I think in the beginning, I, like you said, I was more of the cheerleader. I liked watching. As I said before, I'm an avid Eva watcher. So I just enjoyed watching you do BJJ first. And I think once we got to Germany, it was kind of right there in front of me. Like the gym was literally not even a 5-minute drive where we were at, and it just gave me a different outlet instead of always going to the gym and really thinking about how do I really defend myself, if something were to happen, if I were to deploy and do go out the fob. Yeah, you weren't around. What am I going to do since I'm so short? Cases like that. It's just, and a big factor was spending more time with you since I was in command. What can I do to make put more effort into family time, spouse time?
Oh, you see, I didn't know that.
You never asked. It's fine.
Well, okay. So, couples intervention. No, I'm kidding.
Whatever.
No, okay, so let me ask you this. I think when you joined, I was kind of getting back into my own groove and stuff like that, so we didn't necessarily train together. I think it wasn't until after you got hurt that I felt like, all right, she's mine, don't hurt her. Let me train with her a little bit more to just lower the risk of you getting hurt. Mainly because of your job, but also because, it wasn't, you're going to get hurt regardless, right? Like, it's happened. You've got hurt on the mat now. But that was not an issue with me. I knew you were going to get hurt. I mean, everybody does. The reason I started training with you is because I didn't want you to get hurt because of your job at the time. But how did you feel actually starting out and training with all these random people, especially since it's such a contact sport and you had told me before you did not like contact sports?
I guess you could say in the beginning it was very hesitant because I'd actually have to, go side control or use my body weight or attempt to use my body weight. I guess some of the other students, because I'm not comfortable with, strangers, touching me.
You don't even like massages, which is freaking crazy to me to this day.
Hey, don't judge me. But I think once to get, broken into it, getting to know the other students a little bit more made it a little bit easier for me because, all of them are like, oh, Eva. And then they're like, oh, who's this? and it's like, haha, leave me alone, please. But I think once I warmed up to everyone, I think it made it easier for me to want to go more into, go to more classes and engage more in what's going on. So plus, you being there really helped because you're kind of like the the overwatching mother hen, like touch her and die, type thing.
Well, I think I was like that with everybody though, like all the students. I don't know. A motherly instinct would always come over me and just, you know, sometimes I know one time, I think it was John said that I looked like I was like watching my kids when they're in trouble, and I'm like, why?
Mm-hmm.
He said like you just have a face, and I'm like, well, because I'm watching, making sure nobody gets hurt, especially everybody was either active duty or teens in high school, so
Yes.
I could not afford anybody getting hurt and then us getting kicked out of the area we were training at. Um, but you know what? I don't think we mentioned it, but you want to talk about maybe your job or your background and all that, so that maybe it will also give a little bit of an insight as to why you were also hesitant to train, especially when it came to having those boundaries with work and all that.
Uh, okay. So I'm in the Army. I am an officer. Uh, I'm a signal officer, but I guess you can primarily just put communications, more along primarily like IT support when I'm in a garrison environment, or when units go out to the field, I provide tactical communication as well. When I first started, what was it? When we met, this is at Fort Hood. I was, a battalion technical, a telecommunications officer. And we had, what was that? I did it, I think maybe a handful classes with you. And it was like, I think it was some no gi, because at the time we didn't have a gi for me.
Oh, that's
and,
right.
Then once we got to Germany, I was, what was it? I was a staff officer. And, I think we started a few times on our own. We had the mats at the house. And then once I really got into it, I was a company commander. So I was more hesitant as a company commander because, you have to be out in front of the soldiers. You got to be leading, more scrutinized, I guess you could say, by, higher ups. Why are you injured? How did you get injured?
Oh yeah, I remember
why
that
did you
one
do
time
that?
when you broke your thumb and everybody thought I
Yes.
broke it.
Yeah, so that thumb issue was basically me slipping on ice and breaking my thumb because of black ice. And, the garrison at the time didn't close posts, but it's fine. It's fine. I have
Why?
a thumb
Why do you have
still.
to say black ice? It's just ice.
No, there's a difference. Okay, so the ice was, you couldn't tell it was ice, and it was really slippery. So I slipped because I was rushing to get to my car, and shame on me for rushing, but I just slipped and that was it. My hand braced it and thumb said nope and broke.
All right. So, listen. So, any competitions in mind? Have you thought about doing any competitions?
I know, yes and no.
I know you've. I know we've gone to a couple off-site ones, and you've tried it out there, but so I know you've done some. But my question is, are you gonna do any like big competitions?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. I want to say yes. There's a few that are happening, back in the States. I don't think there's any big ones here in Korea. There's some going on, like there are submission only competitions, but I want to say in the future, yes. I think I would like to try my hand at a bigger competition just to see how, I react in those situations as being a bigger crowd, more eyes on, and see how well I do, I guess you could say, in a sense.
Cool. Okay. I think I like the bigger ones just because, sure, there's more eyes, but there's more people that they're looking at too.
Yeah, that's true.
As opposed to smaller competitions, there's 2 or 3 mats going on, and everybody's watching those 2 or 3 mats.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I like to think that you're pretty, not biased. Is that the right way to say it? You're non-biased?
Unbiased?
Unbiased? Okay. Whatever the word is, you are pretty much, very neutral to a lot of things. And I want to know, what do you think, of the sport in general and the associations you've heard of out there? I don't know. Are you well aware of like IBJJF and other, competitions? Like, I'm trying to think of all the ones I did in Europe, but Naga or Fight to Win. We haven't done, or we haven't had the privilege of participating, or I haven't had the privilege of participating in a Fight to Win, but I've attended some. So, and I've
Hmm.
told you, how they went and all that. So, what do you think about that? What do you think about competition versus being, just a hobby kind of participant? Because I know you're pretty much a hobbyist right now because of your job, and I'm very much not the hobbyist. But what do you think is the big difference between, you being a hobby and me being a competitor, as far as training goes? Because we do train together when we're together. But do you think there's a big difference there? Like, have you noticed a big difference when we train together?
I would say in an aspect, yes, because me being from my point of view, when I train so I can know the moves. I'm gonna be slow about it, not just because my belt rank or anything, just because that's just me. I want to be slow and smooth wins the race. But those that are competing, they go harder. They want to push their limit.
You mean
You
slow and
know,
steady?
they yeah, whatever. Slow and steady wins the race. You know what I meant. But
Well, I did. I
uh,
don't know about the listeners, so that's how I wanted to make sure.
all right, my apologies. But in the classes that I attend here in Korea, when it comes to competition, they'll focus more on, hey, these are some submissions from these sides. We're going to practice it, give it 5, 10 minutes. And then, you do the rounds, and then they'll do the round times for whatever the competition is. So it's more oriented towards people competing now. For myself and some people that are, hobbyists, we're getting into it. We don't have as much time to dedicate towards it. It's like, oh, okay, cool, a new move. Let me try and use this. I'm put it in, my little journal and keep going. I'm not going to go as hard, as fast to, get that submission or anything. Because I really enjoy taking my time and trying to familiarize myself with the position and why am I doing it that way. So whenever we've trained, you're looking at different aspects and how you can get the position, what submission you can get out of that position, how you can utilize it to your benefit, and you actually go harder, against your other opponents that you're, practicing with.
Or at least I try.
You 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 do try hard. So there's a certain type of, I guess, intensity to it.
Right on, right on. Okay. Well, I know we're gonna keep it kind of short because you're at work and I just got off work and now I have to work on my homework and all that. But and the time difference. What time is it over there, by the way?
It is 10:37 in the morning.
Oh wow. Okay. So, any final thoughts? Wifey.
Well, I miss you, and I can't wait to see you soon.
Oh, I know. We have that really cool gala, or as Professor Gina Franson likes to call it, gala. No, I'm kidding. Um, no, we're gonna have some fun at that gala, supporting We Defy. So anybody listening and that wants to help out, definitely visit the We Defy or WeDefyFoundation.org website and see if there's a way you can help out. Donations or buy a ticket for another person that might want to attend. or even just, buying a couple patches and a shirt or something. Those funds go directly to help the soldiers. And it's a great organization. I've had the privilege of meeting many people that are indirect, they work directly with it. So, I try my best to help out. B and I will be there to support that night. We've never been to one, so we don't really know what to expect. We just know we got to dress up, and that's always fun. It's always fun. When you break the suit for the, you exchange the gi for a suit. But, yeah, we'll be doing that, and we'll be celebrating your birthday.
Yep.
And a couple other fun activities. Maybe, I know we'll be doing a lot of training too, and maybe we'll put in some extra sports in there, like, I don't know, shooting range and some baseball in the way. We'll see. But I'm excited for you to come to Texas. I'm sure you're excited to come back home for a little bit.
Yes.
And yeah, we'll talk soon again, yeah?
Yeah, of course.
Well, obviously. But yeah, I'd like to have you on the show more often. I don't know why. You're usually around listening to me do these shows with other people. But I thought about it. I'm like, wait, you are still pretty fresh to the game, and you seem to be very neutral about a lot of things. So I wanted to know what, your actual thoughts on some things were. And, later on, we'll get more in depth of other stuff once we have a little bit more time on our hands. But for now, thank you for agreeing to do this with me.
Too easy.
All right, everybody. Thank you for listening today. It is a short episode. Please stay tuned. I know we've been out for quite a bit. It's been crazy all over the place. But, go back, listen to some of the other episodes, download them, make sure you subscribe to all our platforms, Spotify, iTunes, or iPodcast, Podbean, and YouTube. We will be putting the titles of each episode out because I believe that's how you have to find it on YouTube. But anyway, have fun. First trivia question is, for the giveaways that we're going to be doing is, who is the pitcher for the Texas Rangers currently, and who was the pitcher for the Texas Rangers from 1993 to 1997?
Good question.
Right? Hey, they got to be good. They got to be good questions because I'm sending out free gear. So check it out. If you know the answer, make sure you comment or send me a message. The first 3 people to answer to this question will get a free something. And it's not going to be like a free pen. So, I hate those. You get a free something, you get a pen or a postcard in the card. What? Okay. So, go check it out. Make sure you comment on that. Let me know what your answers for those 2 questions are. And let's see who the first 3 winners are. Until next time.